Summer is now sexist. You heard that right, folks. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Obvious, bringing you the obvious. And today, on USA Today, summer is sexist. Women have to sweat bikini bodies, hair removal, camp, and crime. But before we begin, a word from our sponsor. You can be the proud owner of a Pepe Honk Clown World 4chan Mean Enamel Pin Honkler, your very own clown. As you can see, it is a decent size and of good quality. They're all handmade. Get honked. Pepe Clown Pin Meme is here to help you laugh at absurdities. They are sold by Zan Pixels Arcade, and you can buy them at Etsy's for £8. Buy one today. Heck, even I want one. The link is down below in the description, at the tippy top. So we've literally gotten to the point where women have gotten so incredibly lazy that working out, going on a walk, practicing a healthy diet, and grooming oneself is too much work. And now summer is sexist, because we all know that a season is oppressive and detrimental to the female mind. Let's read. Analysis. The added pressure of body exposure. Kids out of school. Oh no, you might have to actually raise them for once. And a rise in seasonal crime means summer isn't all sunshine for women. Summer, the best season. Yeah, that's debatable. Especially for women. Time to panic because your beach body didn't shape up as scheduled. To shave every day even though it gives you an adult diaper. Oh, God, that's disgusting. A rash? To text a friend so he knows your jogging route. To act as a primary juggler of your kids' camp schedules because your husband can't or won't, or tried last year and failed. Is anyone raising their kids anymore? Literally, is school just like daycare now? And then you send your kids to camp for summer? Really? Be a parent! Summer, longer days, warmer nights, barbecues. Don't you dare eat that hot dog, ice cream, that either, and sexism. So much sexism. You heard that right. Women rise up. It is oppression to see ice cream. That is so oppressive because Stacy, I just don't have any, self-control. Like I see the ice cream and I just have to shove it down my throat. Stacy? It is oppressive that they put those ice creams out there. They know we will be tempted. This is oppression. All year long, society sends a woman messages about how they should look and act. So when women say society has too high standards, what they really mean is women have too high standards because the one putting pressure on women is women. Little red pill for you. But summer can dial up the volume on gender differences. The idea that a woman's worth lies in her beauty is more pronounced during a season when her body is more exposed. Women worth themselves based on their bodies, okay? Men are far less picky. Social expectations that moms take on more childcare are especially true with the kids out of school. Research shows even rates of surprise sexual contact are higher in summer than fall or winter. These are perennial issues that are always at play, said Abigail Saguy, a cultural sociologist of gender and a professor of UCLA. Useless professors and degrees 101. But I think there are things about summer that make people experience them more strongly. The body police. It's all in your head, honey. Standards of beauty evolve. In American culture, there's always been a preference of often white, young, thin, and able-bodied. Yeah, that's my favorite. So what? Women are heavily influenced by this ideal, despite the fact that many of us can never achieve it. Aw, that's sad. And I want to be 7 feet, 20 feet tall. That might be too tall. Bouncing around all over, looking down on everyone. But we can't always have what we want. The pressure to conform is even more acute in the summer, when warmer weather leads to more exposure, cueing the multi-billion-dollar beauty industry that it's time to sell every woman's products for her not good enough body. Summer can trigger those struggling with eating disorders or body image issues. Sounds like a personal problem. Don Delgado, National Director of Operations at the Center for Discovery, which treat patients with eating disorders, said her clinic is heading into its busiest season. May, June, and July are when their outpatient programs are booming. Honestly, why should I care? Whose fault is that? Eat your damn food. There is a such thing as too skinny. There's also such a thing as, whoa, lady, you might want to not eat that cupcake. The seals don't need any more competition. What is already going on with our clients? Whether trauma, depression, or anxiety, there is additional pressure that swimsuit season is going to add, she said. While eating disorders can affect people of every sex, race, and ethnicity, women are particularly vulnerable. Yes, I know. Women are vulnerable. They're in fact psychologically vulnerable in a lot of ways. Did you know that the first target of most cult-like organizations are young, liberal women? Ah, yes. It's all starting to add up. In the US, 20 million women have an eating disorder in their lifetime, twice as many as men, according to the National Eating Disorders Association. Lifestyle magazines promote celebrity diets between features on products to reduce stretch marks or remove cellulite, which 80 to 90% of women have. What's wrong with that? I agree with that. If there's a product out there that can fix something about your body, yeah, I'm all for it. Hell, even I have a scar or two here and there that I'd like to reduce. Summer also leads many women to engage in a costly and painful war with their own body hair. Over the course of her lifetime, women will shave 7,718 times and spend $10,000 on related products, according to a survey from America Laser Centers. A mere 7,000 times. How many times do you think the average male spanks it in his lifetime? I guarantee you it's more than 7,000. While research shows men also suffer from body dissatisfaction, with gay men much more likely than heterosexual men to report feeling pressure to look attractive, body image dissatisfaction is still more prevalent among women than men. Of course, because we can't have it all. We can't we can't be it all. We got what we got. Some men have the little pee-pee. Some men have the big pee-pee. And honestly, other than height, I think that's the only thing men really care about. Women and girls are more likely to be seen as completely lacking in value if they don't live their lives up to these narrow expectations of beauty, Saguy said. That's just blatantly false. Seriously. I'll take a plain Jane over floozy Susie any day. Sociologists and psychologists point out the body positive movement, which exploded in recent years with the rise of social media platforms like Instagram, can help counter or expand beauty standards, but bucking them isn't easy, even for big brands. In April, Nike posted a photo on Instagram of model and musician Anastasia Unique. Sounds like her name is having a seizure, with the tiniest tuft of armpit hair. Ugh, gross! While the photo garnered praise, many commenters called it disgusting, because it is disgusting. The actual police. It's not just about bikinis. Sexual objectification of women and girls is linked to sexual surprise contact against them. The violence can happen at any time of year, but rates of struggle snuggling and surprise sexual contact are 9% and 10% lower in the winter and fall, respectively, than summer months, according to the U.S. Bureau of Justice Statistics. Rates of intimate partner violence are also higher in the summer compared to other seasons. None of this even comes close to the violence we shit posters face on chat rooms like 4chan because of all the summer kids who come and ruin the boards. Warm weather and more daylight hours mean more people are outside socializing, which some researchers say creates more opportunities for crime of all types. While 8 out of 10 struggle snuggles are committed by somebody known to the victim, the threat of strangers can still cause many women to feel unsafe participating in typical warm weather activities alone, such as running, hiking, or camping. Nearly 60% of women runners under 30 say they are harassed while running always, often, or sometimes, according to a Runner's World survey. Okay, well, which is it? Always, often, sometimes? Yeah, when they say they've been harassed, what they mean is other runners that weren't good looking enough for them said, oh, hey, you're pretty, or you have a nice abs or whatever. But, like the man wasn't good looking enough, so that man's a creep, and therefore it's harassment. If some 10-foot tall Chad that was buff and came along running and was really handsome and was like, hey girl, they would love it. Not harassment. So the only difference is you're either good looking and you can get away with it, or you're not good looking and everything you do is harassment. A recent Twitter thread detailed some of the weapons female runners carry with them, from pocket knives and safety pins to mason hammers. Oh, you have a knife? You're gonna be sorry now. I have a safety pin. How about a gun? How about a shooty tooty? How about a gun? Huh? In Wild, her memoir about hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, Shale Stride writes about the men she encountered on her journey, some of whom made her uncomfortable, others who made her afraid. Near the end of the story, she writes about 2 men in the woods who called her pretty, commented on her body, and remarked more than once on how alone she was. I don't know. Maybe don't walk out in the wilderness alone. Is it really such a novel idea? Here's what gets me about the modern Western, basic woman. Do you not feel any sense of responsibility for your own personal safety? I guess not. But guess what? This is the real world. It's your responsibility to not walk in the woods and get your head chopped off by some axe-wielding maniac. You think I walk in the woods alone? Well, I do, but I'm a man. I could hardly hear my own words for what felt like a great clanging in my heart, which was the realization that my whole hike on the PCT could come to this, she wrote. That no matter how tough or brave I've been, look, biking doesn't make you tough or brave, how comfortable I'd come to be with being alone. I'd also been lucky. A 2017 outdoor study of female readers and those who identify as gender queer found 53% of respondents said they'd been sexually harassed during outdoor experiences. Of those, 93% were catcalled, 56% were followed by someone, 18% were flashed, and 4% were attacked. Look, I don't really trust these studies, and I have no idea what they mean by, it could be, couldn't it either be boy or girl? There's no context on these numbers. And what counts as a catcall? Any compliment? More than a third of respondents said when it comes to safety outdoor activities, they are most concerned about men or getting assaulted/harassed. The weak should fear the strong. The parenting police. The stress many women face in summer extends beyond just their own bodies and safety. With school out of the season, there are kids to worry about too. Research shows that in most American households, mothers do the bulk of the child care, even when they work full-time. More than a half of 2-parent households where both parents work say moms do more to manage the day-to-day of their kids' lives, according to Pew. Well, you know what? Whose fault is that? Who wanted the right to work, which instantly doubled the workforce, which instantly brought down wages, which meant that 2 people had to work now instead of just 1? Oh, yes. You fought so hard for women's rights and you got them. These are the consequences. Seriously, we used to live in a society where a man could go to work and a woman could take care of the house. It worked. Now, women can work too. And because the labor pool is so big now, wages are down. And when wages are down, we kind of screwed everything up. Unlike many other Western countries, the U.S. does not provide universal childcare. And while the K-12 public education system structures older kids' time during the school year, there's no public equivalent during the summer months. Say it with me. School is not a daycare. This is especially difficult on low-income families who rely on school not only for care, but for free breakfast and lunches. My children will never go hungry no matter what situation I end up in, because I know about a little thing called gardening, guerrilla gardening, hunting, fishing. I will get a deer and they will feast on steak. The limited number of summer programs for low-income children reduces their access to summer meals, according to a 2017 report from the Food Research and Action Center. For most families, there's a complete lack of easy options in the summer, said Jessica Carlarco, an associate professor of sociology at Indiana University whose research focuses on inequalities in family life. Someone has to scramble to figure out who's watching the kids, which camps are going to, who's going to shuttle them back and forth, since camps often don't have the same hours as the workday. And the burden of navigating all that falls mostly on women. Well, don't send them to camp. Seriously? When are you going to raise your kids? Is there any point in time where you're going to see them? Go to school, honey. Go to camp, honey, so mommy can drink her tequila and not have to see you again. Do you know how sad that is? In social researcher Bren Brown's Netflix special, she received shouts of encouragement from women in the audience when she imagined a scenario in which she was annoyed with her husband. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I forgot how vacation works. I'm in charge of breakfast and lunch and dinner and packing and unpacking and laundry and sunscreen and towels and bug spray, she said to laughter. If a woman fails at any of these tasks, judgment is usually swift. We've all seen that mom assailed on Facebook for posting a picture of her kid with the slightest red tint. I have no idea what she's talking about. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe it's not that you have to do more packing, it's that you have more stuff to pack? What's a woman to do? For those thinking women can simply choose to ignore societal pressures to play by their own rules, experts say they're underestimating how powerful and pervasive cultural messages are, as Occidental College sociology professor Lisa Wade wrote in 2013. On one hand, women are making individual choices. They are not complete dupes of the system. They are architects of their own lives. Yeah, and look how well that's worked out. On the other hand, those individual choices are being made within a system. We live in a society. The system sets up pros and cons, the rewards and punishments. No amount of wishing it will make it so. No individual choices change that reality. Yeah, well, welcome to real life, because that's how it is for all of us. In other words, sexism is resilient, but women are too. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not sexism. Summer is not sexist. You are insane. There is some sociological and anecdotal evidence that these pressures can get easier over time when you develop a stronger sense of self, when you don't let self-worth be determined by other ideas of you, Saguy said. Wow, are you saying the problem was lack of confidence the entire time? It's also important to increase awareness of sexist messages you're receiving. Like take a shower or groom your hair. How dare we? Delgado said, whether they're coming from social media or friends and family, it will help you to broaden the scope of what's beautiful. Lower your standards? Really? That's your advice? Go to hell. Women deserve to enjoy summer, to swim and lounge at the beach, unabashed. Women don't deserve anything. No one does. The world doesn't owe you anything. You understand that? You're not entitled. You have to earn it. And if you want people to think you're pretty, then put in a little bit of effort to wax if they want, or go furry if they choose. To jog in their neighborhoods, more focused on the breeze than on a harasser who is lurking to savor precious fleeting summers with the kids, instead of single-handedly suffering through the tedium of scheduling them. They deserve all of it. Too bad it'll be many more summers before they get it. Summer is sexist. Can we all agree that that's the true message of this story? A quick look at the comment section. Greg Gibson says, this article's a joke, right? Women control how they look, and how they want to look, and they will do or pay to look a certain way. It's all on you, sis. Michael Golden responds, no, according to the left, women are pathetically submissive and ignorant. I suppose that's why the left can relate to the Sharia crowd. Bill Miner says, pretty sure this is caused by privileged white males. They are blamed for everything. This too. Russ Waters says, it's not sexist if it's self-imposed. Most personal crime rates where people interact are higher in the summer because people interact more publicly in the summer. Chris Schammer says, it's funny how women act like no pressure is put on men. To have the perfect physique, spend 5 hours a day in the gym, make 100K, be 6 feet tall, and have a huge fun stick. It goes both ways. This article's an absolute joke. But that's merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. Let me know if you think that summer is sexist and oppressive to the women's. I want to hear from the women. Let me know. Now, if you like the content that I make and would like to support the work, you can do so by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. Both will get you access to a private Discord server called Fight Club. You can join for as low as $1, but you may contribute however much you wish. You can also donate via PayPal. And sharing the video always helps a lot. So I appreciate everyone who shares this content. As always, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.